I don't love you anymore, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. So, oh my god, I lost the quote of the day. See, this is why I gotta start writing down when it comes to me. We'll make a new one. When the thought comes to you, put it down on paper or something, because I just lost it. Oh my god, it was a good quote too. Let me try to refer back. Cool up. Let me think. Nah, yeah, I lost it. I'm so mad. It was good too. But each video is a different one. Still same person, just different mood. So don't refer me to that one video. Be like, oh, this is how he is for each video. I fluctuate. So do we all. We all fluctuate. And it gets boring sometimes. I see that. Yeah, I'll be watching my own videos. I like to hear it in the background, or I really get into it, nice and cold. But I'm low-key mad. I failed today, and the reason I said that because I tried my hardest to get some sleep, but I couldn't. I'm selling. So with that, dang. Each statement will be invalidated by somebody else's experience, correct or incorrect? Dang, that's not it. But that's it's alright. It's a slow start, man. I usually don't make videos this bright and early, as you can see. But here we are, enjoying the great silence of nature, if it was silent. Oh, I want to break down a movie. Well, not break it down, but how most I think most so-called half action, half thrillers, when it comes to like not retired veterans, but just anybody in general that's trying to find peace, right? And I think it correlates with the mindset of any age, right? So it's usually an old dude, retired veteran, military, or he's just an old dude, right? Mind his business. Some angsty teens come up to bother him, kill his animal, or do something worse, right? And then it's a whole domino effect of getting worse and worse. So with that, I tend to correlate those type of movies with turning the other cheek. And I feel like, yeah, being a bigger person and being mature is good in some instances, but when it comes to that, it's either they see you're not going to react, so they're going to do something till you react. Most childish thing possible to do, but that's how it goes. Or they're going to leave you alone. But in most instances in the movies, they don't leave you alone. They either push you to your limits, or they just disappear, right? So each main objective is getting revenge, right? So if each movie is about turning the cheek, getting revenge is not the whole point of the movie, right? But if you look too deep into the movie, you don't have fun. Sometimes you gotta turn your brain off just to watch a movie. That's what I do all the time. I turn my brain off when I watch a movie. Because sometimes some things won't make sense. And you just gotta be like, okay, well, it's for the plot of the movie. If you look too deep in some things, you tend to see not the vulgarity of it. Like, I don't know, I guess you see the contradictions and everything. Like, even with me, you can see the contradiction in myself when I talk. Like, it don't matter how hard you think, you will find contradictions in everything. Right? If you think hard enough. But at the moment, that made the most sense. I'm really hurt, you know, because I feel like some of my greatest ideas vanish the minute I go to the next thing. So I tell you to write a journal, or get something to write it down to hold your best art. Some of your best work will be ignored, and some of your worst work will be praised. That's just how it is, you know. That's how it is, man. But I was trying to be uppity today. I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to be uppity today, but I don't really look into the numbers like that. I think I should, even though the numbers ain't that big. But I do got some so-called friends that be like, they'll look at my subscriber count and be like, "Oh, what's going up? Oh, your shit dropped, dude. What going on? What you been saying?" I'm like, "I don't know." I got a text today like, "Oh, your shit dropped, bro." I'm like, it fluctuates, you know. It fluctuates, and you gotta think it's a temporary thing. You can't really get hurt. You can't get hurt because somebody doesn't agree with one statement you say. That's why I always say, if we disagree, we can still be friends. You don't have to turn a friend into an enemy just because they don't agree. You know, you can. It's not even settling your differences. Just understand each. Let me not do that. Each part of the argument, and then go further from that. I know, but sometimes you do want to be immature. I ain't gonna lie. I be immature a lot here and there, cause being mature every single day is tiring, and being childish every single day is tiring. So that's why I say don't take yourself too serious, but don't take yourself too unserious, cause then you will be seen as a joke 24/7. And I was a joke. God damn. My fault. My fault. I I was a joke, back then. Like back then was a couple months ago, but I was a joke when I was in school, cause all I did was make jokes all day. But it wasn't even a rebranding. I just wanted to have a sense of self without being ignored. And any way you put it, you know what I'm saying? Any way you put it, we do things for ourselves and others. Like, you know what I'm saying? We might, like, say you work out. Yes, you do it for you to look good, but you also want people to admire your hard work and your efforts, right? Even with me, you make music, yeah, for you, but you also want other people to admire your creativity. Boom, you do good at school because you want to get up, but you also do it for your family and yourself to get out of situations. So the way I always put it in these concepts is, if there was nobody on the planet, would you still be doing the same things? Would you still be doing social norms? Would you still be getting these designer clothes? No. Shoot, if it was me, TMI, I wouldn't be even clothed. I would be in my natural state. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm just so big and awky. um, but yeah, you gotta think. There's some instances where you think you do things for yourself, but you're also doing it for others. So it might not be like it might be suboptimal to do that, right? Not the brightest thing to do, but at the end of the day, you still do it for others and yourself. So you can be selfish, but sometimes being selfish is for others. Taking your game away because you don't want other people to see it, but you want people to admire it. I think it's a childish concept, but that's why I always say, put the most complex situation in your brain in the most childish, simplistic view. He took something that was invaluable to another person, so they caused the war. Put it in a childish. Bro, honestly, he had a choo-choo train that he took from him that his family had before him, and now that they see he had it, he wants it. People only want things that you have until, you know what I'm saying, until you see, until they see you enjoying it, right? It's a childish thing to do. But even if it's yours, say like it's yours, but you don't use it a lot, and somebody be like, "Can I use it?" And then they be like, "Yeah, go ahead." And they using it, and they be like, "Dang, I remember all the good memories I had using that thing. Let me get back." They even do that with individuals, which is crazy. Cause like, why would you treat somebody like an object, right? That's crazy. It's crazy how we talk about um what is it? I don't want to get political because I'm not smart enough for that. But it's crazy how we talk about how every life matters, right? But even in some instances, I feel like you say that, but you don't show it, right? You say it to get the likes and, oh, he's a good Samaritan, he's a good civilian. But then when it comes to actually treating somebody like a proper individual of a human state, you treat them like shit. Ooh, oh no, solitude cursed. Listen. We're all mature here. What the hell is that? That was a squirrel. Oh, we're all mature here, okay? We're all. I think the youngest should be probably 15, but he's probably a cool individual. You know what I'm saying? That's 15 and up. Yeah. That's why I don't really kind of look on age, but it's yes, it's age, but I think it's more of the mental that's, it's not the maturity, it's the consciousness. It's being self-aware to the things that are being done to you and things you're doing, right? But then you just got some weirdos be like, oh, they're very mature for their age. But when the roles are flipped, you're like, oh, he's childish. But when it comes to your needs and your sins, you be like, oh, she's mature. It's flip flop. It's a slippery slope. But I always tell you, don't try to step on eggshell just to prove your point, right? Some eggs will be cracked to make an omelet. I don't know, but hey, if you're seeing this, thank you. I truly appreciate you viewing my videos. And music is on the way. Oh, bro, I got another comment about cooking. Okay, so listen. If I start doing cooking, it probably won't be in this building. It'll probably be back at home. But I gotta get a cameraman to do that. I can't just be, just holding the phone cooking. I might burn something. I ain't the best. So I think the differentiate from a cook and a chef is cooks imitate, recreate. Chefs create and be imitated and inspo. So as a chef, they create things that are recreatable, but a cook only recreates things they already see. I'm a cook. I am not a chef. I am not a chef. Yes, I have created things that I feel like nobody else's have made, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just me innovating something that was already created. I haven't made anything brand new with different items, right? A chef is a whole different thing. But we'll get there. See, when I first started these videos, I was like, oh, I would never tell nobody to subscribe. Just do what you want. Yeah, I'm gonna still do that. But like now, I see it's like a slow start. I'm starting to hit that plateau. Yeah, that plateau. There's no decrease, but there's no increase either. I don't want to hit that. We just want a mountain that keeps on going. Mount Fuji, Mount Everest. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I might be like, if you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you don't like, comment, go ahead. I usually respond to comments in a 48-hour time span. Less than 2 days, I probably do, or I heart it. Either way, you know what I'm saying. We're all equal here. We're all a busy man. But I feel like once I get bigger, I won't be able to click every comment. But with that, I would never switch up. Listen, if my music blows up like to the point where I'm mainstream, and then I'm so mainstream that I can go to pop music and do features and stuff, I will still be making YouTube videos. Maybe the quality will go up, or maybe I'll just get a better phone with no cracks and better storage, and we'll just stick to this phone type of thing. I think that's our aesthetic, recording off the phone. Maybe that will be it, recording off the phone, no matter how big we get. What is that? Oh, hey, shawty, we ain't got no cool on. Yeah. But I want to go back to that, bro, my so-called friend updating every time I gain a subscriber, lose a subscriber. He's cool, but it gets to a point where it's like, twin, you hurting my feelings a little bit. Stop telling me I'm losing something that I never knew I had because I don't check the numbers. I used to be obsessed with the numbers, obsessed, because I'm like, why am I not growing, bro? It's been like 2 months, bro. I should have been blew up. And then I do I start comparing myself. Like, I'm like, okay, this person only has 2 videos, but they have thousands of subscribers. And I look at the videos, I'm like, are they better than mine? I'm like, the art's cool, everything's great. But it's like, first video, so I don't care. And then they just blow up. I'm like, dang. So I guess you guys act like you don't care to get the views, but I feel like then your community is kind of fragile, It's not a strong bond. We want a strong cult-like fan base over here. But that don't mean you can't get on my neck if I do something absurd, I am no higher being. I am all with the judgment, I have done some malicious and evil things. That's why I'm not a good guy. you know. Now, I might not be the worst guy, but I'm not a good guy, you know. I still respect everybody, you know what I'm saying? Still, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, all type of stuff, but I'm not the goodest guy. But I'm not one of them bad guys that are self-aware of what they're doing, but they still choose not to change. I'm trying. At the end of the day, I am trying, and that's the greatest thing you can do. But with that in mind, are you trying for yourself or are you trying for others? Mm. Who knows? Who knows? Um, honestly, I get to the point where I'm tending to understand that your life is insignificant until you have power of a voice, right? And not the voice of saying your opinions, but a voice that people actually care what you're saying. So it's either you're infamous or you're famous. Those are only two things. Infamous or famous. There's no middle ground. You're famous to some degree, or you're niche and underrated to some degree, or you're infamous for something evil to some degree, or niche to some degree. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I truly think it is quintessential. Let me not use that word. It is inherable. Nah. It is the most polite and correct thing to do to correct yourself on your mishaps, right? I do that every day, bro. I shoot. If I go to sleep, I wake up, I'm like, dang, did I just waste a day, bro? Because the currency we all have is time, so did I just waste a day trying to be this woke person? Try to be this so-called underlying higher being of myself, trying to be deep, trying to be performative? Did I waste my days? And then those thoughts, they travel here and there, and I be like, man, I ain't give a fuck, though, bro. Like, fuck all that nonsense, man. And I go back to the hood. I mean, not back to the hood. I go back to the nonsense. I don't correlate nonsense with hood. Don't get that confused. I go back to the nonsense. Man, fuck that shit, little bro. Ain't nobody care about that. But even with that, I'm like, are you trying to be this being you're not just to have a reaction to others? Because I see so many people. I'm like, why are you doing this? I don't know you fully. I thought I did, but I don't. So like, why are you doing this for yourself or others? Like it gets like that. It gets like that. And then when I see like these so-called evil beings trying to do a rebrand, I'm like, I'm doing the same thing. So I guess evil people can change. But I'm like, the things you did were like so disturbing. You deserve to like nobody deserves to lose their life, I guess, but you deserve to not be able to do the things you do again. One moment. What is? Bro, I'm hearing audio. I'm not really. My nosiness got the best of me. But yeah. I'm gonna cut this short because I feel like I haven't been babbling, but it hasn't been holding the essence I thought I would do when I created this video. Because I thought once I get in this position of camera work, my best work comes out. But it didn't come out. It didn't. I wouldn't say this is bad yaps, but it's not really moving the pendulum as I thought. Boy, these scores going at it, boy. I swear. But we might sum it up. Go check out the TikTok if you want. We just make generic TikToks. We make we just take a snippet of the video, put music over it, put a little title, and then bam. Some videos I do talk in them, but we're not big enough to do that yet. So check that out. Follow me on Instagram. I will be active on that in a little while. It's in the YouTube bio, I think. So yeah, and you have a blessed day. Yeah.